BBC Television presents...
Hancock.
How did your knees up go then, Hancock?
Hardly a knees up, Sydney, but the East Cheam Tiddlywinks Club knows how to let their hair down. We winked and we tiddled and finished off with a few pints of the local ale.
So, where did all you ravers end up then?
A pub called the Boot in Salisbury, Sid, as it happens. It's the official home of Tiddlywinks in Great Britain. It's where it all started. It was a pilgrimage, like treading in the footsteps of giants. The Boot is like Lords or Twickenham for us winkers.
Winkers, you say? Is that what they call you?
You can laugh, Sydney, but we are proud to be winkers. Some may smirk, but we know with a wry smile of our own that it's our great British heritage.
So, apart from all this winking, tiddling and quaffing, what did you do on your pilgrimage?
After a few rounds of tiddlywinks, we got a bit tiddly, and then we went on an excursion around Stonehenge.
What on earth made you go to Stonehenge?
Come now, Sydney, you can't visit Salisbury without going to Stonehenge. The Druids used to play tiddlywinks too, as you well know. The earliest known set of rules are engraved on the big sarsen stone. The stones of Stonehenge used to be called the tiddlywinks, and they were said to have been arranged like that after the devil had a game and winked them into a circle. You should give it a go sometime, Sid.
Thanks. I think I'll stick to darts. Each year we go on a pilgrimage to Dartmoor.
You may laugh, Sydney, but us winkers are a team, a band of brothers. We can turn our hands to anything. No mountain is too high, no river too steep.
I suppose you're out playing tiddlywinks again tonight then, Hancock.
No, I thought I'd have an early night. That was enough excitement for 1 week. I think I might have strained something, as a matter of fact. Tiddlywinks can be quite strenuous, and I've got a bit of a thick head and my muscles ache, and I feel strangely tired, as if I'd been lifting a lot of heavy objects.
All right then, Hancock, I'll cook dinner. What would you like? There's cheese on toast or Welsh rarebit?
I think I'll try the Welsh rarebit, if that's all right with you, Sid. I see you've got the Gordon Ramsay cookbook out again from the library.
Quick, Hancock, come and have a look outside.
No thanks, Tar Sid, I've seen outside. Just get a couple of slices of bread and slap some cheese on them, for God's sake. I told you not to get the Gordon Ramsay cookbook, didn't I? You're out of your depth.
I'm serious, Hancock. You really need to have a look out the back. It's Stonehenge.
Have you run out of your own story, Sid? I've just told you that. It's my story. No, Stonehenge is in Wiltshire. I've just been there. Oh, it's a joke, I see. Ha ha. Yes, Stonehenge has magically been transported to number 23 railway cuttings. Woo woo, spooky. Fancy that. Wind up poor old Tony Hancock. My God, it is Stonehenge. What's it doing here? I must be seeing things. I better lie down.
I don't know what it's doing here. You tell me. You're the expert on the sacred home of Tiddlywinks, after all.
Oh, don't worry. It can't be Stonehenge. We left it in Wiltshire yesterday. There aren't two Stonehenges, are there, Sid? Oh, I would have noticed it if we'd had one in our own back garden. It's some sort of illusion, a mirage.
Are you sure you didn't bring it back here, Hancock?
Why, of course not. What, on a coach? I don't think it would have fit in the luggage rack, do you? I remember having one last look and remarking to the lads what a nice garden feature it would make.
Then what?
Everything went black. I must have passed out. I can't remember anything else, Sid. It must have been that last bite of Bishop's finger. I told the lads I didn't want any more. But as I got the winning wink, you're not allowed to refuse any ale.
So how many pints did you have?
I don't know. I remember lying on the ground and Jerry Spice forcing a yard of Bishop's finger down my throat. What are we going to do, Sid? We can't keep it here. It's a tourist attraction after all. We can't have people traipsing through the living room and round the back garden, can we? They'll go out to see Stonehenge on Salisbury Plain and then get directed onto East Cheam.
There's no we, Hancock. What are you going to do, don't you mean? I wasn't there, don't forget. I'm entirely innocent.
Well, that's a first, isn't it? Yes, but you're here, and with your criminal record, who do you think they'll suspect? They'll think you're trying to sell it to Chessington World of Adventure or something.
I'll tell them you did it.
Well, thank you very much. Don't forget you owe me 6 years' rent, Sidney James.
I've changed my mind. I'll tell them you were with me all yesterday and today.
That's better, Sid. You may have no idea how to make cheese toast, but you do know which side your bread's buttered.
Here's an idea. We'll take them back to Salisbury. They probably won't have noticed. It's just a pile of old stones after all.
A pile of old stones. Have you seen the size of them? Some of those stones weigh 25 tons.
Well, you shouldn't have moved them, should you? What with your bad back and all?
I did not move those stones.
How do you know? You said you couldn't remember. It must have happened when you passed out.
Good evening. Is Mr. Hancock in?
No, I'm afraid he's gone out. If it's about his rockery, I'm afraid he's got quite enough stone already, thank you. He doesn't need any more.
No. Oh, but it's funny you should mention stone, but we've lost some. I'm Caractacus the Druid, the custodian of the stone, Stonehenge to be precise.
Oh, so you've lost some stones. And you've lost your marbles as well, by the look of you. No, we're right out of stones. I'm terribly sorry. Come back in a couple of years. We might have some then.
Are you sure? I thought I saw some from the train as I was passing your garden. I didn't know Stonehenge was in Surrey.
No, it's not us. They're having a conservatory built next door, number 10. Looks a bit like Stonehenge, as a matter of fact. Quite comical. Me and Sid laugh about it all the time. Silly, pretentious fools.
No, number 10's not next door. Number 19 is. You're number 23. You got your numbers all mixed up. You haven't got your stones mixed up as well, have you?
No, never visited the place. I'm not a fan of stones. Sid, could you help this gentleman out, please?
As you know, Mr. Caractacus, there are actually 2 Stonehenges, one in Surrey and one in Wiltshire.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, thanks awfully for telling me. Oh, you're a very nice man. You've been most helpful.
As it happens, our one's the best one, and it's up for sale. You wouldn't want to buy it, would you?
Very much. Can I first dibs on it? Is it very expensive? Because I've only got £10,000 on me. It's the treasure of the Druids. We get it by selling mistletoe around Christmas. I've got some if you want.
We've got enough mistletoe tar, but I think we can come to some arrangement about Stonehenge. 10 grand, you say? It's buyer collects, of course.
Sold. I'll arrange for a van to come round and pick it up. Ooh, I think you've given me a bargain there, Mr. James.
Hello, Mr. Hancock. I'm Boutica Jacobus, the Queen of the Druids.
Pleased to meet you too. I'm Tony Hancockus, the King of Railway Cuttings.
Are you being sarcastic, Mr. Hancock?
Nah, he's upset, Boudica. He's depressed because someone has accused him of stealing Stonehenge. We just happen to have our own Stonehenge here in East Cheam. We've just sold it to a druid, as a matter of fact.
Not a weaselly-looking old man who goes by the name of Caractacus, I hope.
Yes, that's him. Our Stonehenge will be winging its way to Salisbury Plain in a few weeks.
So, what's your Stonehenge look like, Mr. James? Is it out the back? I'd like to have a look at it.
I'm afraid it's sold, Miss Jacobus, as Sid says. We aren't encouraging any more offers, I'm afraid. You'll have to wait till it gets home. I mean, until it gets transported to Salisbury Plain to replace the one that got half-inch.
So you know our one, the one and only Stonehenge, got stolen then, Mr. Hancock?
I don't know what you're suggesting, madam. Do I look like a man who would steal an ancient monument?
Now, let me see. Yes.
Well, I'm afraid you're very much mistaken. You Druids aren't the only ones with a Stonehenge. Me and Sid are pagans from Surrey, and we've had our own Stonehenge for years. We don't shout about it all the time. Isn't that right, Sid?
Yes, Hancock's right. I was raised a pagan and have been worshipping at the stones every Sunday since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. Cross my heart and hope to die.
Really, Mr. James?
I'm back. I'm ready to put it in the van. You couldn't see your way to lending me a hand, could you? Oh, hello, Boudica.
Hello, Caractacus. I've just heard you bought Stonehenge.
No, it's not our one. It's a different one. It's not the same. What do you call it, Mr. Hancock?
Ah, now let me see. It's called
Stonehenge.
Stonehenge. That's an odd name, Mr. James. Why is it called Stonehenge?
Well, as you well know, all the stone was quarried in Penge in Kent and transported here by oxen. That's why it's called Stonehenge.
I know, Penge. I've got an auntie who lives there. I'll give her a ring. Tell her the good news.
No, there's no need to do that.
Hello, auntie. Yes, it's Caractacus. We've just bought Stonehenge. Yes, you know the stones come from Penge, don't you? It looks like Stonehenge from a distance.
Well, what did she say, Caractacus?
She told me not to be so bloody daft and put the phone down.
There you are. I knew it. You've been stringing me along all this time. You, Mr. Hancock and Mr. James, invaded Wiltshire, masquerading as the East Cheam Tiddlywinks Club, and stole Stonehenge.
Are you insinuating that for the last hour I've been telling a complete pack of lies?
Yes.
They found us out, Hancock. OK, we hold our hands up. It's your Stonehenge. You can have it back and you don't need to pay 10 grand.
Oh, you rotten sods, you were fibbing. Come on, Boudica, give us a hand, put it in the van. But Mr. Hancock, you'll have to pay for the petrol, the labour, the cost of the erection, any repairs to the stones and...